Dear Ponos, Growing Strange is a blat on the good record of Update 7.0 and has continued to be such into the current and the now. I'd like to suggest to you in this video some simple ways in which it could be fixed to be a lot more reasonable and a stage that people enjoy doing. Most people are in agreement that at its heart, Growing Strange is an interesting concept for a stage, but the way that it's been realised has been completely impractical for any average player of the Battle Cats and even better players of it. The primary stage in the level requires some degree of competency against every single type of enemy other than those relic ones. And so you already need a pretty generalised slot. Then after that you get a chance between 7 random stages which in their own right ought to be stages themselves. Still, it's an interesting concept, but one that hasn't been realised well. As Lucas IV recounted in his video on Growing Strange, even for a good Battle Cats player, the extent of difficult enemies and mechanics within each of the levels makes it impossible to spread out a reliable strat that will work for any of these 7 stages. And that's all you have an option for.
What stage you get is at the mercy of the game, so if you get the metal and zombie stage 10 times in a row despite making a lineup that doesn't fit those stages, it's not your fault.
I like to think of myself as the average Battle Cats player. Although most people consider me to be bad, this is in the shadow of very good players. So consider me the average for most players. Lucas pointed out that it's probably going to take more than 25 clears to get enough Elder Cat Fruit for you to evolve all the legends. I've had 21 clears of the level and I've managed to get 5 seeds, enough for Drama Cat True Form, and that's it. Not being able to do most of the levels that follow on. And it's not even as if the first level's very easy. Often you have to start that one again just to get things in the right order that you need to be able to deal with that Berserkery that has far too much health. I understand that game design wise the deed has been done now. Growing Strange exists within itself, and therefore although we'd like to see retroactive action on making the stages easier, perhaps suggesting to you a way of modifying it more easily and quickly would be better. There are ways to do this. The first and probably most obvious thing to do is to change the drop rate of the Elder Cat Fruit. There seems to be no logical reason why it should drop a seed upon completing Growing Strange, given that on average it's taken about 4 attempts of the level, 1,200 energy and an average of about 15 cat food to get through 1 attempt to get 1 seed, 1/5 of 1 evolution. There seems no logical argument as to why it shouldn't be an entire Elder Cat Fruit upon completion. This isn't a normal cat fruit stage. A normal one, perhaps, yes, seed. But this is different. It deserves that guaranteed Elder Cat Fruit, and then maybe it might be reasonable, the effort that you had to go through to finally complete the stage. Then you only have to toil through it about these 20 or 30 times to be able to evolve all your legends. But the fact that a player like me would have to complete the first stage about 100 times to get all the cat fruit I need for all the evolutions is just ridiculous. As you probably well know, that's 30,000 energy, and a lot of days given the timetable and how elusive it is.
The stage only appears for 2 hours in a certain time of the day except for a weekend where it appears twice, and that it costs 300 energy, and that the schedule isn't even written anywhere in the game.
Accounting for the amount of times that you'd miss Growing Strange because of work or school commitments. Other fixes for it, which I can't imagine require much effort to put in, are reducing the energy cost.
Lower the energy cost. 300 is just ridiculous for this design. 200 is fine, I guess.
Splitting up the selection of stages that you get from the first one in a cycle.
Like Monday's Growing Strange only leads you to Alien, Metal, and Zombie, while Tuesday leads you to Floating, Rat, Black, and Angel, and it just keeps on switching every day.
And yeah, removing the metal stage.
Remove the metal stage completely, and the one horn at the first stage. Without Kaguya, Paladin, or Hayabusa, this stage is basically a skip for everyone and it's a waste of time.
Clash of Steel, we might be alright. We got Catasaurus. I think it's high time we brought out Paladin and Catasaurus, and hopefully we can rely on them. But if they don't do the procs, and the enemies move forward and kill us, perhaps a bit like that, then we'll just lose. 2 proc-in units, and still, failure. Absolute, unadulterated, unchangeable, resolute failure. Ideally, what we'd all be asking for is a complete revision of this whole thing. But I understand how difficult it is to do all the game design and that. I had a computer science lesson once and I never want to see code again. But there are some very simple ways that you can fix this for us and stop this from being a travesty of unfairness. And to mark how serious I'm about this, I will no longer be trying or attempting or going anywhere near growing strange until a change is made to make it more reasonable. No legend true forms, no Oda true form, as much as I'd love that in the next update, until the changes are made to make this a more reasonable level. I will play the game in its reasonable capacity, but growing strange has gone too far.
This isn't a challenge, it's just pure BS. It's not fun, it's not enjoyable, and it takes a hella long time to complete.
So Ponos, please, I ask you to take heed of these simple fixes and put them into action so that this game can once again become a reasonable playing experience. Thank you.